It's catchy, right? Isn't that great? Oh.
Welcome to Brick Wall Cinema. I'm your host, Chance. Today we have Sergio and Lola with us talking about the 2004 superhero movie, Fantastic Four.
Hell yeah.
No.
What do you mean no?
Oh, wow. Okay, that was really loud. So, let's go into our initial thoughts because apparently you have some strong feelings about this movie.
Yes, I want to talk about it, especially
You
with
can
the
talk
new
about
one
it.
coming
Be
up.
about it. Talk about it.
Okay, I will talk about it. First
Good.
of all, ladies and gentlemen, can some other fellow Fantastic Four 2004 movie fans explain to Chance the beauty, the masterpiece that is this movie, okay?
Do you know what I hear?
What do you hear?
I hear crickets.
What? You know what?
I don't know
you're
anyone
in
who likes
trouble.
this movie.
You know what? You're in trouble, and Sergio is my witness.
Sergio doesn't believe you. He's on my side.
Sergio, how do you feel about this movie?
I actually really like this movie. I grew up with it.
You're dead to me.
Ha! 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 Take that and shove it up your ass. Oh, wait, can I say that? Can I say that? I never asked if I could curse on these episodes.
Yes, you can say it. It's fine.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because I didn't know if YouTube censors that. So I was asking.
You can say it. It's been past a minute.
All right. But
fine.
Yeah.
Explain your guys'
Sergio
selves.
agrees with me. You want to know why? Because Sergio is awesome.
All right, so let's go to our initial thoughts.
We already are on them. Go.
Yeah,
Explain
Sergio,
why you're
I want
wrong.
to hear from you. What are your thoughts?
Explain why you're wrong.
All right.
What? Sergio, can you explain why you're right, please? I want to hear your
All right.
opinion.
I grew up with this movie. This is one of my first Marvel movies. And watching this, it really got me into the whole superhero genre. And I don't know why, but this casting for the Fantastic Four just felt so good to me. Like I like the actors as they how they portrayed the characters. It was a really interesting kind of down to level kind of thing that I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay, fine. You know what? I will say one good thing about this. I do like the cast.
Thank you, Jessica Alba. She's awesome. I loved her. I always thought she was really cool.
I also like the effects.
Yeah,
that is
thank you. The effects are really good, which is one of my problems with the new movie that's coming out. But we're not going to get into that yet. Unless I can. I don't know if that'll take away from what we're talking about.
I'm going to say what I thought about this movie.
Okay, what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts because there better be an actual reason to why I dislike it.
Okay. I did not grow up with this one. I grew up with the second movie. And I did not want to see this movie because it felt boring. And
what?
Yeah, this is my first time watching this one.
Of course.
Wow. You see this? This is why people say you're old, Chance. This is why.
They're not saying it because they're not saying this is because I'm old. They're saying what does that even mean? Wait, what does that mean?
You keep watching old movies.
It means what I said. I said this is why people say you're old.
Because I didn't see Fantastic Four when it came out?
Yes. You're
Wouldn't
older
that make me
than
young?
You should have seen this.
Well, no, because you keep watching older stuff.
So?
Yeah, I know. That's why people say he's old or has an
This
old
movie is old. It's
so
already...
No, we're going to talk about this right now. To everyone who's listening to this podcast, you know what Chance does? He'll find something, and to be clear, this isn't a bad thing. You're allowed to like what you like.
You're walking away. I can't hear you. You're walking away yelling at me.
No, I'm literally right in front of my laptop. But anyway,
we get you a better mic.
He will watch something from let's say that one old show he was talking about from, I think he said the 40s, and he expects us to know what that is. We weren't alive in the 40s. Why would we know, Chance? And he'll be like, Sergio, did you watch this? And when we say we haven't watched this, he'll be like, what? How have you not seen this? Sir, I know you're old, but not everybody is old. What do you want?
Okay, for your information audience, what they're talking about, I talked to them about the old Superman cartoons. They heard of them, they saw some, and they questioned me how I saw it because they never saw it. I'm like, I saw it on DVD.
Of course.
I am a 21-year-old man. I have seen old movies from the 40s and 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, any old decade. Doesn't matter what decade. I'll watch it. I don't care. I'll defend myself.
Okay, but you expect everyone else to have known of something that's really old.
It's Superman.
You're gonna know everything.
Everyone knows Superman. No one knows about the Superman old cartoons from the 40s.
Majority of people
do.
Like who?
But not everyone.
Okay, that's some bullshit with me asking me who. People
No,
my age.
you know what? You can't say that. Okay. Until last year, Chance had not seen Corpse Bride, so I don't want to hear anything.
That came out like around the same time this movie came out.
Okay, but it's a newer
What does that
thing.
have to do with anything? Look, you're just trying to get angry at me by finding things I haven't seen and blaming me for not watching them. That's not fair.
No,
That's not fair.
no, that is not the point I'm making. Run it back, because what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to prove is if you haven't seen something like Corpse Bride, you can't be mad at me for not seeing like the Superman cartoon from the 40s. That's what
two
I'm
different
saying.
levels of not seeing it. One is you might not have seen the Superman cartoons because they're really old, so it might have been harder for you to see it. For me, I just didn't really want to see Corpse Bride. Didn't feel like my cup of tea. I knew it existed. I just never saw it.
I thought you told me you liked it after you watched it.
I never saw Corpse Bride.
You did. You said you saw it last year.
No, I did. I said I was going to, but never did.
Oh my god. I feel lied to you.
No,
Whatever.
No.
Anyway,
I never said I watched it.
Because when you said you didn't watch it, I asked if you would watch it with me. You said yes. And then
We never did. So if we didn't do it, then we didn't watch it.
And then I asked you if you still hadn't watched it. And you told me, yeah, I already watched it.
I don't recall that.
You said that.
I don't remember.
Whatever. Now I'm just mad at you. Even more so. Continue.
Anyway, Lola,
Anyway.
your thoughts on Fantastic Four?
Okay. For starters, I want to make this clear. Yes, this is a nostalgic movie for me, but
That's why you
I
like
wouldn't
it.
say it's just No, I wouldn't say it's just nostalgia that makes me like this movie. Yes, I've seen this, but I've seen it multiple times because of how much I liked it. I like all the actors and I like the superheroes they play. For example, Reed Richards. I love him. I thought he was so cool as soon as he came on screen, and I really liked his friendship with the Thing. Like you can already feel
Grimm?
like they're so connected.
His name is Ben Grimm.
I know his name.
You said
Can
the
you just
thing.
let me finish my thought?
Okay.
So rude.
I'm sorry.
And I really like who plays Johnny Storm. Like, I want to make it clear. I do think I'll like the new movie, but nobody could play Johnny Storm like Chris Evans. I loved him as Johnny Storm. Like, he played his role very well. And I really liked the effects for his fire. It felt very real to me.
Okay. I'll be honest. These actors did a great job portraying the characters. I'm not denying that at all. I agree with you on this.
Okay.
I'm just saying the movie as a whole felt rushed and trying to replicate other things.
Okay, but could you explain your reasoning? Why do you feel
Yes,
like it
I
felt
can.
rushed?
I'm glad you asked. So, look, the movie even starts off with them going to see Victor Von Doom. First of all, how the hell are they not going to think this is a bad idea? They're going to meet someone that's last name means of doom.
Okay.
Second,
But
also,
you know what? I'm gonna let you finish your point. Then I'll rebuttal.
Also-
Finish your point.
that's how the movie starts off. The movie starts off with them walking into the building. That's super fast, and we go into space less than 10 minutes into the movie. In that time frame, they say, "Hey, we need some money. We need some money because we're bankrupt and we need the money now." And Victor's like, "Okay." So they go to space. We don't even see them launch off or anything. We just see them in space putting on the suits while in space. Like they're acting like it's not a big deal to go up to space. They say it's space. What can happen? It's fucking space.
Okay. Now, to rebuttal your argument, sure, just saying it like that, it seems like it went really fast. But to be clear, in the opening scene, when we see both Ben and Reed go to talk to Victor Von Doom, it is established to the audience because Reed says this while they're going up. One, Ben said he didn't trust Victor Von Doom, establishing the fact so that they both already know him. And I remember Reed Richards saying himself, he's known Victor since high school. So why wouldn't they come to Victor for help? Sure, maybe they don't really trust him or they feel like he's a narcissist, which he is. So they wouldn't be wrong about
His
that.
last name's Doom.
But exactly. But they know that Victor Von Doom is like a well-established person. He's obviously a big guy. He's very rich. He's a millionaire, billionaire, something like that. He owns a really good company. So why wouldn't they go to him and ask him for help? And to be clear, Ben has said, like, while this is happening, that they had went to other companies. So they did not just go to him first. He was a last resort. Therefore, your argument makes no sense. Because it's not like Victor Von Doom is an entirely new character. He's established in the comics.
We're told all of this through walking. This is exposition. Because they give us douse us with a ton of exposition 5 seconds before they walk into the building doesn't mean it's a good.
What? okay,
Show, don't
Sergio,
tell. Or at least if they
Sergio, let's
tell
hear
us.
your opinion. Do you feel like, with Chance's argument, that it's a fair argument, or do you agree with me that we're saying, with what's happening, Victor Von Doom is an established character?
Like, I
Do you
get
agree
he's
or disagree?
established. I
No,
get why
I
they're going
already
to
asked
him.
Sergio. Let Sergio answer. Sergio, what is your opinion? How do you feel?
Honestly, I really like the subtle exposition as you go through the meeting with Victor and Ben and Richard. That as it goes through, you get the sense that something isn't right, and you get the little expositions between the exchanges, saying like how Ben doesn't trust him, how Reed is trying to convince him to help them, and how Victor is saying like this is how they are, and this is how I'm going to take advantage of them. They fully show that, and even though they do talk about that, it's more about the undertones of what's going on that you get the feeling of just how serious this is getting.
Exactly. Thank you, Sergio. And furthermore, to go with your second point, Chance. Sorry, repeat your second point. I was listening, but I went out because I was mad.
Oh my god.
You were saying how
Okay, so what I was saying was all
Yeah,
this stuff
what's your
we're talking about right now is in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
No, okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. You were saying how it felt like Victor agreed too fast. One, it didn't feel that way for me. And this is why. It wasn't just like he heard
Nostalgia.
what no, it wasn't just Reed saying, oh, this and this. Reed made his argument and he agreed. That's not exactly what happened. Reed made his argument, and Victor's rebuttal to that was, okay, why would I help you? They had to convince Victor. It wasn't just an immediate yes, which is why I also like the meeting of Victor Von Doom. Because you can already feel like, even though Reed says they met in high school, you already know that they weren't really very good friends. If anything, they were rivals, which we can clearly see because in the elevator, Victor is Mr. Steal Your Girl. That was originally the girl he had loved, and he still is in love with her. And Victor is trying to get with her. Well, actually, isn't trying. They're fiancés by this point, or dating.
They're
Their
dating.
fiance.
Yeah, they're dating, and then Victor is trying to marry her. But yeah.
You don't understand what I mean. What I'm saying is, I get all of that. I understand the story. I understand why they went to him. I'm just saying it's happening way too fast. Like I said, all this is happening before we hit the 6-minute mark of the movie. And we're expanding on all this stuff because they are dumping it all on us so we can get more context. Instead of finding ways for us to understand what's happening without dialogue, or finding ways for it to be easier.
I understand that, but that's why I made my rebuttal, because I'm saying I don't agree with you, because the way that they're doing it, I felt like they were explaining everything well. Like, it didn't feel rushed to me when I had watched it and when I had rewatched it before we did this episode.
Okay, well, I beg to differ. There we go. Now we both have our feelings expressed.
You want me to comment?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yes.
Sergio.
Sergio, please comment. Destroy his ass, please.
All right. I do know
you dare
it's
to show
going
my
fast,
ass.
but however, to give credit to this movie, it is one of the very first Marvel movies that is trying to trying to work with these characters that have so much history and so many interpretations throughout the history of the comics.
Sergio, are you forgetting Howard the Duck, Blade, Spider-Man 1 and 2?
But those aren't those movies.
The Punisher?
You're a completely
The Punisher
different
Warzone?
What?
The Punisher Warzone, the sequel to The Punisher?
I had not seen that.
I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, there are multiple movies from Marvel. Swamp Thing? Well, no, Man Thing?
Swamp Thing I heard of.
Man Thing. Sorry.
Yes, but this is still adds to my point. This is one of the first Marvel movies that they made before the MCU.
It came out 2 years before the MCU. 1 year before Spider-Man 3.
What?
1 year before Spider-Man 3. 1 or 2 years before Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just adding on. Go ahead.
Yes, these are one of the first Marvel movies where they're trying to put in a bunch of characterization of these characters throughout the comics runs since they came into existence, and trying to put that into this 2-hour movie.
This is the second time they did this.
Yeah, and the pacing is fast, but they do give a bunch of subtle stuff that gives you actually interpretations of what's happening, who these characters are, and what they do, and how they fit in the story.
I get that. I understand what they're doing. I get it. I know.
We're saying we disagree with you because you're saying no. Let me finish. You're saying the plot moved too fast. We, both me and Sergio, agree that it didn't feel rushed because of
nostalgia,
the actors and the story. I didn't feel like it was rushed because it felt like all the characters were connected really well. For example, Reed and Ben makes sense. They're both best friends and they have been friends. I assume since high school, they don't really say. I don't believe.
Usually, sometimes some iterations even younger.
Okay. But yeah, they've been best friends since forever. And Victor Von Doom, they've known Victor Von Doom the same amount of time. Victor and Reed have always been rivals, not really friends. Maybe more frenemy, because I think Reed, even if he didn't like him in the beginning, he at least respected him.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I do know a little bit of a.
And Jessica, sorry, I'm saying the actress's name. Sorry.
Sue Storm.
I know I said the actress's name on accident. Sue, they've known her forever, and Reed has had a big crush on her instead. And of course, Victor being his rival, maybe he did actually like Sue, but to me, it kind of felt like he was just trying to get at Sue to get at Reed from when I was watching it. I don't know how you guys felt, but it makes sense why Sue is there. She's connected to both Reed and Victor. And then her brother being there makes sense too.
No, it
They're all
doesn't.
very close.
Yes.
What? That makes sense.
No, it doesn't. They're going to
Yes.
space.
Yes, it does.
They don't
That
need
was that
the
he's
brother
there.
of the fucking leader. They don't need your brother to come over there.
Did you miss why he was there?
Right? I think he missed the point. Sergio, can you explain to
Fine,
us
explain to
Cretan
me.
why
I
he
might
was
have missed
there?
something.
He's the pilot.
Of
Exactly.
the
They're all
ship?
connected through their backstory, their jobs, and their relationships. So it makes sense why everyone is there.
Well, I'm sorry, they didn't show him piloting.
No,
And
but they
also,
said that he-
I want to reiterate, I know we're running it back, but I want to reiterate. You said the plot felt too fast.
It
With the
was.
way, no. With the way Victor Von Doom's character is, it makes sense why he would want it to move fast. Let me explain. Like I said previously, you said that it was just, oh, I agree with you, Reed. No, it wasn't like that. I literally remember Victor saying, why would I help you? Like something along the lines of, why would I help you? And he explains, and they come to an agreement, and that's why they help. And
Yeah,
Reed is he's a very rich and selfless man. So if he feels like something's going to work to his favor, why wouldn't he get on it as soon as possible?
I realize that. I get that. I'm saying the movie as a whole, not Victor's plan, not Richard's plan. I'm just saying the freaking movie by Fox and directed by Tim Story is a freaking rush movie.
I know, but I was reiterating that point because you said you felt like they also went to space too fast. That's why they went to space immediately. Because Victor Von Doom, he wants to get his money. He's a very money-motivated character. There are two things that are really important to Victor: his money and his pride. So why would it move quick if when he felt like this was a good investment for him? He's like, okay, Reed has a plan, and Reed's obviously a really smart guy. In the comics, he has always been a genius.
Okay,
and I believe, I don't know how true this is, but because I was reading something essentially stating like that he was smarter than Tony Stark. I don't know if that's like all of Marvel because I'm not
That's actually
fully in the comics. I don't know if that's confirmed.
Actually,
but
confirmed that Reed Richards is considered the smartest man in the Marvel universe because of the fact that he was able.
Thank you, Sergio.
He's actually
Reed
able
is
to
the
make
smartest man
the
in the
fact
Marvel
is he was
universe.
able to invent the clothing that actually helps them use their powers without having to damage any clothing. He made their super suits.
Exactly. Thank you, Sergio. So if he already knows, and he's known Reed for a while, so it's not just like he heard through mouth. He knows that Reed is a really smart guy. And if Reed has a plan, why wouldn't you follow through with it and be like, okay, I'm a billionaire. Reed's really smart. He has a plan. Let's hurry up and let's get me my money.
I believe he also wanted the credit because the fact is they need to use his space station, which he already had in space.
Exactly. Like all this is also owned by Victor as well. So why wouldn't it move quickly? If he already has everything to go with Reed's plan, why wouldn't we do it as quickly as possible?
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna win this battle. Let's just get farther into the movie. What are you guys' favorite Fantastic Four character?
That's a great question.
I bet you're gonna say Johnny, Lola.
No, I do really like Johnny, but I don't think he's my favorite. I think Sue and Reed have always been my favorite, honestly.
What about you, Sergio?
I think my favorite is Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Oh, really? Why is Ben your favorite?
I don't know. I just kind of liked his internal like struggle with accepting himself as he is throughout this movie, and then seeing his like how his character is like he goes through with things even though he's reluctant to do stuff. Like I found it funny like how he was arguing with Reed about how he didn't want Johnny to pilot the ship, and then he says like, "How many times have I asked you to do something that you didn't want to do?" And he said 5. And he's like, "I had it at 4." Well, this makes 5. I found it so funny.
Yeah,
Sergio,
Ben's a
breathe.
great character. I really like throughout the movie how all four with them, or I guess five if you count Victor, but it felt more to me like the four of them. How the Fantastic Four was grappling with their and trying to deal with their new powers. I really liked that throughout the movie.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I really liked? I liked how they portrayed Victor's descent into
Madness
yeah,
or evil.
yeah, becoming evil as he was. Because you know about his origin in the comics, right?
I honestly don't.
All right, let me explain to you guys. In the comics, he after the accident, he gets a scar on his face, and he's such a narcissist that he feels like that's an imperfection, and it messes with his self-image. So he goes in the comics. He actually goes to some metal workers to make a metal face so he can hide his scar, but he becomes impatient and has them put it on his face while it's still hot. So it basically becomes seared to his face.
Wow, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. So for me, when I see that happening as I'm rewatching this, I feel like, wow, they took really good inspiration from the comics.
You know who my favorite character is?
Which one?
Reed Richards.
Of course it is. Why do you like? Oh, to be clear, that wasn't meant to be a bad thing. I really like Reed too. He's cool.
I can't hear
But
you,
why do
Lola.
like
I can't
Reed?
hear you.
I'm literally right next to my laptop. I said that wasn't supposed to be like mean in any way. I really like Reed too. Why do you like Reed?
I liked Reed because he stretches. I like his powers.
That's it?
Oh, I see.
You know, fine. No, okay,
Hey,
fine. Screw it.
Sergio,
Screw
we
it.
all
Screw you. I'm
know-
fine. I'll just do Johnny Storm. He's funny
What?
and he
You
turns
can
a
stick to
fire. Let
your
it burn. He
answer.
burns. That's what you want me to say. He burns.
What? I like your answer. I feel like it doesn't have to be a very complex answer.
I know, but Sergio
Just
made
how
me ask
I
like,
like it.
give me a freaking explanation of why like an in-depth analysis of why I like Reed Richards. I just like Reed Richards. I like his powers.
Okay. I didn't mean to be like dismissive of your point. I
That's
just
exactly
wanted to
what you're doing. That's
just wanted
exactly
to
what you're
ask
planning.
like you had another reason or if it's just his powers.
It's not really that much else to do with him. Like he's broke, needs money, he's smart, he stretch.
Mhm.
That is all.
Yep, he's a grower, not a shower.
Oh my god. So you know what? That's why I changed my answer to the Human Torch, Lola. That's exactly why. 'Cause I knew you were gonna say something like that.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
I'm very offended.
How
But
do you think I feel? You just made fun of the character I liked and said that he's a grower, not a shower.
how's that making fun
I'm
of him?
offended.
I was just making a joke.
I
Plus,
know.
if you really want to think about it, it makes sense with his power. What if he really just wanted a long one? Think about it.
Well, Lola.
Hey, the point is, if he wanted one, he could do it.
Okay, well, I gotta know.
Mm.
Do you guys like Fantastic Four as a unit?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
them all as a group.
Me too. I like them as a
I
group.
feel like they're a great team.
Not in this movie. I like the comics version. That's what I should reiterate. I like them as because in this movie they don't really do anything superhero, and if they do, they're solving shit that they caused.
I think that's kind of the whole point of how it is.
Right? Isn't that the point?
No, it is
'Cause they
not,
didn't-
Lola.
Yes, it is.
In
Because
the
right
m-
now they're grappling with the fact that they have powers and trying to learn more about what's going on.
Lola, the whole movie they're trying to get rid of the powers.
And in this movie, well, depending on which character you ask, but Reed is trying to figure out a plan to get rid of their powers because some of these characters see it as an inconvenience.
Except for Johnny. Johnny doesn't want to change.
Exactly.
That's good, Johnny.
But it makes sense for Johnny's character.
I get that. I
He's
understand
very
that. Look, I understand that.
And he's like, why would I want to get rid of my powers? I'm awesome. Everyone loves me. That's Johnny.
But name one heroic thing that these characters did that they didn't cause.
Sergio, can you help me out here,
See, you're
please?
proving my point right now by not answering.
No, Sergio.
You're
can you
dodging
help
the
me out here?
question.
No, I'm asking Sergio a question.
You should
Sergio,
answer the
please
question
answer.
first, though. You should answer the first question before you ask someone else a question because it sounds like you're dodging.
Chance, I'm gonna plant a grenade in your house.
What?
Sergio,
Don't say
can you
that.
please
Why that's
answer
so
the question?
specific?
I'll put a bomb on top of ice.
Sergio, you gotta
before
cut that
it
shit
melts
out.
down your chimney and have you triggered by the fire in your house.
Shut up.
It
No.
will blow up in
No,
the
answer the
chimney.
question. Name one heroic thing that they did not cause.
Okay, I will name one. Like the scene where can you go back to it? But I remember it being it was either a school bus or a car, but I remember it being a school bus that was like gonna fall off a bridge, and
The
then
bridge
they
that
are the people
the-
that save it.
You mean the bridge that the thing started a collision once he fell down and hit the truck?
Well, no, he didn't start a collision. He tried to stop a guy from committing suicide.
Yeah, and the way he did it by
Yeah.
ramming into the truck. He pulled a Hancock and just ran into the truck instead of pushing him to the side.
Well, yeah, what else could he
Go
do?
back to the scene. Play the scene again. I don't think you're remembering.
I remember
Play that scene.
vividly.
No, play the scene.
I'm trying to find a scene.
Well, do it faster.
Also, did you guys notice about the Thing's costume that it felt like they put mostly like the suit, like the rock stuff on top half, and they just had some pants on? Because it
Yeah.
felt like his legs were smaller than his top half.
Whose legs were smaller than his top hat?
That's what it felt like to me in some scenes, but I think it's just because like there was just a lot of makeup to do, kind of like how they did with the Grinch and when Mystique was on the Fantastic Four, like over time they stopped putting as much work into the costume.
The thing.
Oh yeah.
The
got
thing
you.
never looked like rocks to me. I'll be honest.
What? To me,
He
he
looked like-
looked very much like Rocks. I like the look.
He looked like-
And this is something we're gonna get into real quick, only for a little bit. The one thing I didn't like from the new Fantastic Four trailer was the Thing. Let me explain. I feel like the Thing in the 2004 movie was reiterated better. And before everyone starts coming at me, because I realized that according to a lot of people in the new trailer, he looks more comic book accurate. But let me explain. I understand why now. Like to me, after watching the trailer, he felt off.
He looks like a
It's
mutated
because
Cheeto.
why can you barely see his eyes? He felt more like exactly. And with Chance, what Chance was saying, he didn't feel like a rock to me. He looked like a Cheeto.
No, I'm talking about the 2005 one. He looks like a mutated Cheeto.
Oh, he looked more like that to me in the new trailer. I don't know how you feel about it, Sergio, but I was like, where are his eyes? And his head felt weirdly shaped too.
That's how it is in the comics. That's how I want it to be. That's how I wanted it for over 20 years. This guy looked
Okay,
like he
but
just looked
this,
like Orange
but this
Man.
thing feels more like a rock. The other one didn't. It felt less natural.
The new one looks not natural.
Well, to be fair, it's just an opinion. It's my opinion. I don't know how Sergio feels about it because I know you really liked it. Because, see, he was trying to stop this guy from killing himself, and the guy fell. So obviously, he tried to save him, which is why he got in front of the truck. Like, if you're a superhero, are you going to just let this guy die into incoming traffic?
No, but if I'm,
Like, what are you talking about, Chance?
but I'm
He
gonna find another
saved
avenue.
that guy.
I'm gonna think of another way to get him
You
out
know
of
what?
this.
Let the rest of the scene play.
I would throw him. I would try grabbing him as a rock creature and fall into the water.
But that's
so
what he
would-
tried to do.
No, he
tried to
did.
grab the guy fell. Yes, he did.
No,
Also, Chance, he was backing away from him. How is he gonna grab him?
I'm talking about when he fell
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
When
He's
down on
trying
the
not to scare
ground.
the guy because the guy's never seen
So
a
what's
thing
scaring
like a
him? He's
rock
gonna die
person.
if he does it otherwise. Grab him.
Like, yeah, but
Grab him
the
with all
thing-
your life and jump into the ocean.
But Chance,
You know what, Chance? I'd like to see you in this situation. Somebody's scared of the way you look, and you're trying to like get them in a way that won't scare them.
I don't care about scaring them. It's gonna
Like-
save their lives.
Also, Chance,
Yeah, but he's trying to. This guy doesn't know him,
I would throw him back.
and he's trying to save him. You're saying it like he was backing away from him.
He
was trying to
was
help
backing away
the
from
guy,
him.
and he. No, the thing. I'm saying the thing. The thing was going towards him to try to help him, and the guy fell.
Well, yeah, Lola. I'm talking about when he fell down. He could have thrown him back up there to where other people are walking.
What? That would have been a dumb plan. How are you? Because how would he? Okay, let's say he does
has
throw him in
strength. He
the
has super strength.
air. Okay,
He's a
he can
freaking
throw him up
rock
in the air,
creature.
but no! How do you know if he throws him up into the air, he's gonna land perfectly on that obviously very thin beam? That doesn't make
Not on
any
the
sense.
beam where the people are walking on the sidewalk.
What? What are you
Next to the
talking about? They're
beam,
on a
where everyone's
bridge.
watching like this happening from above. So clearly there's a walkway above the bridge.
hey, Chance.
Hey, Sergio.
One, he just got his powers. So I imagine
Exactly.
that he's not only invulnerable but super strong, but he's also very heavy.
Exactly.
So if he does drop into the water, there's no guarantee he's gonna be able to swim like how he used to.
I'm just saying there are other options.
Exactly.
Not
He's a
saying that
rock. He
you're-
might just float to the bottom of the ocean.
I'm just saying
Or
there are
the
other
river.
options.
And we're trying to tell you
Other options, my ass. He's on a bridge that's above water.
My ass has
And-
options.
and-
Listen. No, listen.
For
Look,
more reasons, you're saying let's just throw a guy who's about to die off a bridge. First of all, just because there's water there doesn't mean if you survive. With how high they are, and this has been said before, unless you're a professional diver, it is very quite possible because of how you're falling and how much pressure you could die.
okay, that
He
might not
could die
work,
from
but there are
the
another
guy
ways.
could die from throwing
You
him
can-
in the water.
You can also throw him above to where other people are walking on the walkway in between the
Say that he
bridge.
won't hurt someone else, but how do you
So
know he won't
what?
hurt someone else by
He
throwing
already
them at?
hurt. He already started a collision on the bridge. What more people could he hurt?
You know
Well,
what,
he's still
Chance?
gonna be on the bridge. He's still gonna cause a collision because he's on the bridge.
I hope you stub your toe today.
What? That is so mean. I'm what the fuck? You get mad because I have good reasons.
No?
Yeah.
All right then.
Wait, are you
Your
eating?
reason is. I told you I was eating lunch.
Oh,
Anyway, your reason is stupid.
you're yelling at me
It's
while you're
not-
eating a sandwich?
First of all, a hot dog is not a sandwich. It's similar to a sandwich, but a hot dog is a hot
Okay,
dog.
how would I have
If
known if
I
you're eating a
said
sandwich or a hot
and
dog?
you
I'm just guessing.
So why are you guessing?
Why
Because
are
I
you
can't
guessing?
see you.
Sergio, didn't I just say a while ago that I was trying to get cheese for my chili cheese dog? Therefore, he knows that I was eating a hot dog.
I was away.
Yeah.
I was walking my dog when you guys were talking. I didn't know you were talking about that.
Oh, he said
No, you
said this
did, because
before.
you responded when I said, "Dang it, everybody ate all the cheese for my chili cheese dog," and then you said, "Yep."
I'm just saying they didn't do anything that they didn't cause. They didn't do anything heroic that they didn't cause. That's all I'm trying to say.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, I mean, like literally every superhero does that.
But they
Right?
but there's
Like,
also
think about the Marvel and DC universe as a whole. If we're being real, sure, they usually quote unquote save the city, but they also destroy the city at the same time.
I can name an instance
I
on
don't-
any movie
I don't
where
know
they saved.
what type of insurance these citizens have, but I need to be on that.
I can name any other superhero movie where they have something heroic. They do something heroic without them causing it.
Like which one?
Name one.
We're at what? You're
Name
the one
one.
who literally.
I can't use. I can. Okay, let me just say random movies.
Yes.
Okay, Spider-Man. He goes around saving people like and during the montage once he's become Spider-Man. He does that all the time, and then people are interviewing saying he's cool people. And Superman, the old one from 1978. He goes around saving people, saving kitty from a tree for a little girl. It was small, but it was still heroic.
Okay,
Man of
but
Steel.
you could
Man
also
of Steel.
argue the
In
fact
Man of
that they have
Steel,
saved. No, you could
Superman,
also argue the
as a
fact
kid-
that those specific superheroes have done things to where they're saving people, but it's caused by them,
Yes,
not
but
necessarily
This
intentionally.
movie only
Right.
has one instance of them doing all their powers to save people,
Like
and
the
it's for
Green
shit that they
Goblin.
caused.
The Green Goblin puts other people in danger to bring out Spider-Man.
Yes, look, sir. What I'm saying is that this movie only has one big action sequence where they get to show off their heroic moments that for shit that they didn't cause outside of them being the
No,
final
they have
villain.
another action moment when
They meet
they
Victor.
understand their powers more and they're trying to save people from Victor.
Yes, from Victor. Only two scenes. One of them is defeating the big boss. Another one is saving people that they caused a fucking pile up in the middle of the bridge. There's only two action sequences. One that they caused, first of all. Second one is a big villain.
Is there a problem with that?
Kinda.
What? But they're
Is-
coming together as heroes. This is their origin story.
Yes, I get that. But it's not, they need to have at least something where people are recognizable or popular to work, or like they know each other, they're comfortable with the powers in some way. Something that they didn't, okay, they need a fight in between where it's like not as big, where it helped like some
And also,
civilian
they
or something
didn't
like that.
cause this thing where the fire truck fell. That was the driving.
Yes, they
and
did.
You want to
They
know how
started
I
to
know
pile
why?
up.
Because
They
when
started
you
to
went
pile
back
up, which
and
led to
when-
this.
No, when
If they didn't do a
the
pile
thing
up, they
had
wouldn't have the
stopped
fire
oncoming
department come there.
traffic, everyone was stopped by police, and that's when the firefighters were, I guess, either called or coming this way. So then they tried to turn. That was the firefighters' fault, not necessarily, but like it wasn't necessarily the fault of the thing, which
It's
is my
all
point.
because of the pile up.
So, Chance, you're saying that you don't like this movie because of the fact that they don't show the superheroes actually being heroic, just more or less cleaning up their own messes.
Yes, and half the rest of the time they're either mad about their powers, they try to fix their powers, or they're mad at each other.
Like X-Men.
No.
Sergio, you're awesome.
I know. I'm amazing.
No. Because we know those characters. We get to understand them. We see them do action, but have some cool set pieces at least. But I'm just saying, no, they're not the same.
Yeah, they are technically because they
No,
do.
they aren't.
That's right.
No, they aren't. They have more profound,
Yes, they
thought-provoking
are.
stuff in the X-Men movies. They do it more.
Hey, Chan,
Hey,
I'm gonna whisper
yes,
something
Lola?
into your ear real quick. The Phoenix.
Yeah, what about the Phoenix?
The Phoenix causes most of the problems that the X-Men are trying to fix.
But there's a reason. We have over 9 movies with fucking with Jean Grey in it, so we understand why it's a big deal when she comes Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. There's a reason for it. It's developed. We cannot use this as an example. X-Men 1. There are scenes where they do heroic shit outside of the movies. in that movie.
Okay. The
See what I mean?
Wolverine.
You're using X-Men as a fucking franchise as an example for one movie.
The Wolverine.
But what do you mean? What about the Wolverine? You like those movies. Why are you using them as an
of
example on
course.
how they
Yeah, but they
did
had
the same thing that this movie
situation in
did?
this one.
I'm just saying there are other movies that do the same thing, but we still really love those superheroes because they are heroes.
Yeah, but these ones are I feel like they have to be heroes. Not like they want to or everything else. They're like, well, I guess no one else can do it. We're heroes by default, basically.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of superheroes do. Not all of them are just people who are trying to be superheroes because they want to be superheroes. Like Spider-Man, he didn't
Exactly.
want to be a
Most
superhero. He
superheroes
wanted to
have
make
things
money.
thrust upon them. Like, we could even argue with Superman. Like you had said previously, Clark Kent sees Superman as his alter ego. He kind of just wants to live his life as Clark Kent.
Yes, but I'm saying that
But
these
he has a
characters.
responsibility. He feels he has a responsibility to save people since he has these powers. So he does.
Yeah, but with these people, I feel like they don't have to be heroes. Man, more like I might as well. Because think about it. If they don't have their powers, they're still gonna they're gonna still be pretty well in their lives.
Yeah,
There's not gonna be anything that like pushes them to be heroes. I mean, yes, there will be with them having the powers, but they can just really do anything they want. They're
Okay,
not
but you
really
could
anything they
argue that
lost.
for any.
They didn't really
You
lose
could argue that
anything.
for any other superhero, like Batman. He doesn't really need to be a hero. And if you think about it, he kind of just takes Joker, and Joker comes out every time.
Yeah, but in that movie, they
He
hit
doesn't
his
destroy
reasoning
the
for
Joker. He's
his reasoning
just
for
letting
being
the problem continue.
his reasoning for being a hero though is because Gotham needs him. Gotham's a fucked up place. There's like crimes happening every minute. He needs to pick out where to
but
go,
one
what to
could
do.
argue that he could be doing other stuff to help better Gotham.
Yes, but
He's a
in this
very rich
movie,
guy.
in
In
this
fact,
movie,
he's the richest guy in Gotham.
in this movie, nothing's going on in New York. For the first time ever, no crimes are really happening in New York in this entire movie where superheroes are a big focus of it.
well, yeah, but that's why they don't really do anything besides that one accident scene.
Exactly,
That's
you're
why-
proving my fucking point.
Yes, they're superheroes, but the thing is that they're in a place where they don't really have to fight crime.
It's
which
New
is why
York.
which is why most of the movie is focusing on them trying to figure out how they got their powers.
Exactly. That's why it's focusing on. Thank you, Sergio.
I'm not gonna get through to both of you on this. I'm not gonna get through any of you. You know what? Fine, fuck it. Let's go to our ratings. God, don't let you go
Sure.
first.
I would give this movie a 5 out of 5. I
Of
really
course.
enjoy this movie. I enjoy Victor's descent into evil. I enjoy, like with what Sergio said earlier, Ben grappling with the fact that he's the thing. Really, all the characters grappling with their new powers. I really like this
Not really
movie.
Johnny.
Well,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
kinda
that
the
makes
point of his
sense for his character.
Not really Reed Richards. Not really
Yeah, he is.
Sue.
He's going out of his way to help everybody, and he doesn't exactly want these powers.
But it's more like an inconvenience.
Exactly, which is why
Yeah, but he takes on the
does what
burden.
he can to help
He's
his
like-
friends and
his-
try to take their powers. Like he builds a machine to help them.
Yeah, but everyone has I feel like these characters have the same reaction as in, oh my god, I got the wrong jacket at the coat return. Well, might as well deal with this jacket. I don't like it, but I might as well use it and wear it whenever I can because it's still a cool jacket. That's the same type of energy I feel like all these characters are having. They just got a new jacket they didn't really want.
You know what?
Boring.
Disagree with you.
I disagree. You disagreeing. Go ahead, Sergio. What do you think, Sergio?
Yeah, let Sergio review it.
I was gonna give this movie about like
What's Rocco?
a 4.5 out of 5 because I do really love this movie and it does for me like serve to humanize the heroes a little bit more than most movies I've seen. So for me, but I do notice like certain things from back then that they can't do as well now, and also some things that just don't hit for me, I guess. So, but I do really love this movie and I enjoyed it a lot. So I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
All right. You know what? I'm not gonna pat it out.
You already know what Chance is gonna give this movie. But what's your
Yo,
rating?
tell me,
Chance?
what do you think I'm gonna say?
No, I'm not gonna say.
Yes,
No,
You?
I don't have to tell you anything.
Sergio, tell me. What do you think I'm gonna say?
I just said 2.
2?
Exactly.
Okay, because of that, I'm gonna give it 1.5.
All right then.
See, that's why I didn't want to tell.
Yeah, I did a Sergio.
Yeah.
I did say I like some things in the movie. I like the actors. I think they did a great job playing their roles. I just feel like the movie as a whole didn't work.
That's great.
So yeah, 1.5. Still good. It was all right, but just as a whole, I don't blame any of the actors for what they did. I just think that the script was off and just the directing was off. And I know
I
the director
think
could do good
you
things.
should watch your back. Something could happen to you.
Is that a threat?
No, it's just a warning because like remember when we watched Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh yeah, well that's different.
See?
People like that movie. This one
There
sucks.
are other people who like this movie too. You know what?
Come at me. I'm all ears. I'm open. I'll be like Tony Stark. I'll tell you my address.
I
What?
already know your address and I have your
I'm
location.
talking about the audience.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like
I know
Tony
where you
Stark and
live.
Iron Man 2. All
I
right.
have friends in high places.
I do have friends in high places.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Chance has friends,
I'm Chance.
I'm Sergio.
and I'm right.
And Five Nights at Freddy's sucks and Fantastic Four sucks. Boom.
What?
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.